My name's Ray Bergman. I was diagnosed at 16 years old. I've been a type 1 diabetic for 60 years.
I'm Dawn Gardner, and I was diagnosed in March of 1973.
My name is Carla Larimer, and I was diagnosed in 1972, 51 years ago.
I'm Susan Oberfeld, and I was diagnosed with diabetes in September 1954.
I've been a diabetic for 65 of my 72 years.
I was originally diagnosed with diabetes in March and April of 1955.
Back in the 60s and 70s, certainly, I often felt stigmatized, sometimes very alone. There just wasn't the support. I often felt I had to hide being a diabetic.
When you were diabetic, it was really somewhat lonely. You didn't talk about it. You know, your family knew. They didn't really talk about it much either.
I was very secretive with my friends because I didn't want anybody to think that I was sickly.
They just couldn't get my blood sugars right, in quotation marks. And of course, type 1 diabetes is just that. It wavers, it changes.
My mother, when I was a child, used to graph my urine sample.
The syringes were glass and also had to be boiled.
Using a glass test tube and an eyedropper at 6 years old and dropping a tablet and watching it fizz, thinking that was so cool.
I had the very first glucose meter, which was called an iTone machine, and it was a big brick about the size of a book.
Complications were the only thing that was drummed into us.
I remember, unfortunately, my mom being so upset when I told her about my first pregnancy because in her mind still stuck the early days of there are certain things that you probably will never do or shouldn't do.
I was married when I was 20. I'm still married 50 years later. I graduated from college when I was 20. I was a law school dean when I was 35. I was in a hurry because I just didn't figure I had that much time.
When I was diagnosed, my parents were told that I probably wouldn't live past 30. Now, if I had taken that to heart, if I had known that, I might have led a very different life.
This is a celebration, and we all that are here have a lot to celebrate. But let's not forget the people who didn't make it.
I do realize how lucky I am.
Well, over time, it's been delicious how much better things have gotten. So I can only say that it's just continuously better.
The insulin pump has probably saved my life.
14 years ago, I finally came up to the diabetes center. I met with Dr. Donner. He immediately got me on the Dexcom continuous glucose monitor.
With Dr. Donner, I got on the pump about 18 years ago, and that changed my life.
Whenever I go to Dr. Donner's office, I am met with kindness, understanding, knowledge, future hope.
Birthed a perfectly fine baby, and she's 37 now, and then had another baby 9 years later, just as healthy and totally more in control of my diabetes and much more mature and smarter.
I would tell anyone who just got diabetes, please don't worry. The worst thing you could do is to worry about having this illness, because worry will make your blood sugar go high. Please remember, you can do everything that anyone else can do.
Don't panic over it because you can still live a normal life. There will be some changes and there'll be doctor's appointments and so forth. But just remember, look at the technology that has been developed.
It's gonna be okay. It is okay. I'm okay, and you're gonna be okay too. But reach out. You're not alone.
But if you have the tools and if you take diabetes as your own, it is yours. It is as yours as your eye color. It's not something that happened to you and that you hate. It has become yours and is yours to treat and to help and to go forward with what you really need to do in life, which is follow your dream.